We are back now at 8:37 with today's health. Imagine not being able to play in the snow, eat an ice cream cone, or jump into a cool swimming pool. Well, 9-year-old Priscilla Pomerantz can't enjoy those pleasures because she is literally allergic to cold. We'll talk to her in a moment, but first, here's NBC's Mara Schiavocampo.
For 9-year-old Priscilla Pomerantz, winter's chill is downright dangerous.
I have to check the weather a lot. I have to always bundle up.
The fourth grader from upstate New York must stay warm to stay healthy. That's because she suffers from a rare condition called cold urticaria. Simply put, Priscilla is allergic to cold.
She has swelling of her ankles with joint pain. She gets nauseous with it, and she's fatigued and lethargic.
Almost 2 years ago, Priscilla started breaking out in hives after swimming. Her mother thought she might be allergic to sunscreen. But weeks later, using an ice cube as a tester, doctors determined the culprit was cold.
I was really disappointed, but I didn't cry. And inside it felt horrible.
Too much exposure to low temperatures and Priscilla could break out into hives or even go into anaphylactic shock, shutting down her airways.
I do worry about it. Something we worry about every day.
Now, Priscilla has to make sure she doesn't go anywhere with temperatures below 70 degrees.
Usually we keep it higher for the winter to keep it safe.
It's not just room temperature. Priscilla has to keep everything around her warm, from what she eats and drinks, to bath water, to the clothes she puts on after showering. And she has to give up some of the things kids love most, like ice cream and swimming. Priscilla takes antihistamines twice a day and carries an EpiPen everywhere.
So this is kind of your emergency kit.
Yes.
For now, Priscilla's getting used to living with the condition and even manages to see a silver lining.
Like in the wintertime, some of it's good because I don't have to walk the dog, I don't have to shovel snow.
A little girl warmed by a positive outlook in the face of a cold world. For today, Mara Schiavocampo, NBC News, New York.
Priscilla is here with her parents, Colleen Lynch and Craig Pomerantz, and her sister Paige, and NBC's chief medical editor, Dr. Nancy Snyderman, joins us as well. Good morning to all of you. You figured it out, right? You decided to put the best spin on this. No walking the dog, no shoveling the snow. Way to go. How are you?
Good.
Yeah? The serious side is this is a little tough, isn't it? Yeah, you've had to adapt to a lot. How's it going?
Okay.
Yeah? Still a lot to get used to?
Right.
I want people to know what it's like for you to go out on a day like this, for example. It's about 38, 39 degrees here in New York. And before I ask you to tell me what it feels like, can we just make sure people know we did not endanger her in any way bringing her here, correct?
Not at all.
Right? So she can go out if she's bundled up and she's okay, even though it's chilly in the studio. You feel okay now?
Right.
I think that she actually got a little hot, that you overcompensated. You did such
We
a
put
great
the heat
job.
up too much in here. What does it feel like if you do go out and you forget a sweater, you don't have the proper coat? What immediately does it feel like?
Well, usually it doesn't happen, but it feels cold on a day like this. But if it was a day like this, it doesn't feel as cold as a day like in the 20s.
In the 20s, you get itchy then immediately, and you would start to see the hives pretty quickly?
Yeah. A few minutes, but that's a hard question because we're so aware of it. We never put her in that situation. She's never unprepared in cold weather.
Well, then that brings up the next question. How hard has it been as a family to adapt to this condition?
I think we're doing great.
We are doing
Right?
great.
We have lots of layers, and we're always prepared. I think actually the question should go back to Priscilla of the adjustment that she's had to make. I think that some things that are difficult for her are obviously swimming. That is one of the extreme situations that could be potentially very dangerous, so we choose avoidance. And
I know if my kids were watching right now, they'd probably saying, you don't get to eat ice cream? That's a disaster.
And you know,
My kids.
it's interesting because a lot of times people look at the parents and think, oh, these must be cuckoo parents, overprotective, they've made it up, or it's winter, your skin must just be dry. And they don't understand there's real medical validity to this. I mean, this is a well-recognized medical problem.
And Priscilla's case, it's triggered by cold, but
Right.
it can be triggered, the hives can be triggered in other people. It can have an allergic reaction to a lot of things.
Exactly. I mean, urticaria just means sweat, hives and itching. So whether it's a seafood allergy
Right.
or nylon or cold, it's variations on a theme. This is just one that's not as well known.
I actually